Hi, and welcome to YouTestMe GetCertified. This video explains creation process of metric question type. Any question can be created both in test creation process and through question pools. Therefore, you may navigate to the question pools in the tests, decide whether you want to create a question for an existing question pool or create a new one, and simply click on this button to choose a question type. Or enter the test creation wizard, go through all test wizard steps, and in fourth step, choose Add Questions manually. A metric question is a group of multiple choice questions displayed in a grid of rows and columns. There are three scoring methods of this question type. First, you can define correct and incorrect answers, define question points, and penalty points. Here you should enter the question or instruction. Then define the number of questions and number of possible answers for each question. The rows present the questions to the respondents, and the columns offer a set of predefined answer choices that apply to each question in the row. Fill in the rows and columns, and define correct answers. You can edit text, preview it, add formula, or an attachment. You may add images, video, and audio files. Then you can define the weight for each answer. This means each answer can carry different number of points, either positive or negative. If you choose manual grading option, each question should be graded manually by test manager or instructor after a test is finished. You can now see there is no option for defining correct answers and scores. Instead, you can only define points on question level. Here you can choose the question difficulty level. A question can be labeled as easy, medium, or hard. This kind of labeling is useful because it helps prepare created questions for later generating options. Further, it is possible to organize multiple questions into a group, add short description and multimedia that will be displayed with each question within the group. Groups can represent different areas of knowledge and themes. Moreover, you can create versions of this question in different languages. Just click on the Add Translation, choose a language from the drop-down list, and type the question text in the selected language. Hint is a small piece of information that should help candidates answer the question. You can enable it and define whether it will carry negative points. Lastly, you can add the question you have just created for this test to some already existing question pool. This way you will save it for the later usage. When finished, click on this button to add this question to the test. The next step is the overview of questions added. Here you can also edit or delete questions. If you select the option to limit the time per question in the second step of Test Wizard, you will have a possibility to define time limit in seconds, minutes, or hours. Then you can also add another assistance called Additional Time. It enables candidates to use additional time for answering questions. In the settings for the test as a whole, you have several more possibilities that affect metric question settings as well. You can require answering all questions, enable so-called I don't know answer so candidates can avoid negative points, and choose to show question metadata to candidate. It refers to difficulty level, points, and penalty points of question. Let's now log in as a student to present candidates' perspective of metric questions and its configuration in the test. In the top right corner, we can see a countdown timer for this question, a text for the question group, which will be displayed for every question within this group, a question metadata, and a question text. As you can see, a test taker is able to select only one answer per question. Moreover, a candidate is able to skip question to avoid negative points and use assistance options. Metric questions are especially useful for collecting demographic data and evaluating items on the Likert scale. Thank you for watching and see you in the next one.